Our next speaker is Rasha Kutty. Rasha, she is the founder of the Empathy University, offering training and workshops. Rasha will share how consistent participation in empathy circles can lead to deeper connections and enhanced well-being. It's my honor to introduce you to Rasha. Thank you. Over to you, Rasha.
Thank you so much. Let me just share my presentation. All right, so we all just heard about the history of the empathy circles, how it came about. And I think what I'm going to share is basically the, I would say, proof for how wonderfully, the empathy circle process works. So I got in touch with Edwin, I think roughly mid 2020. And since then, around COVID time, we had done a lot of work together. I first took the facilitator training, then I used to co-facilitate with, Edwin, Lou, Bill, and the rest of the team. And those were wonderful days. And then what happened is around COVID time, because I wanted more people from this part of the world, like I come from India, so I wanted more people involved. And so I had started empathy circles every Tuesday. Like I started one here. And I just want to give a little bit of introduction as to how it's been going so far. It's called Empathy Matters Conversations. That's what we named it, Empathy Matters. And we've been doing this since April 2021. And the reason why we started, like I again said, during COVID, it was quite a lonely time. Wanted to connect with a lot of people who were struggling in different parts of the world.
Rasha, you're not doing. It's not a full screen. We're seeing your whole desktop. Just
Oh, okay. Hold on.
maybe you have to do is reshare
Yeah,
and just
thank you for letting me know. Does this work?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, all right. So the reason we started was because we really wanted to connect during the COVID time. And especially me, I used to live alone. I really wanted some support around that time. And then we had this going on every Tuesday at 8 a.m. Pacific time, which is basically around 8:30 India time, PM. And then it would go on. Initially, it was for 2 hours. Then we made it 1.5 hours just to respect the time that people were taking to be a part of it. We had 5 to 12 participants weekly. Initially, we had a lot of participants, but then over time. So now we regularly get 5 to 12 participants weekly. We do a lot of topics. It could range from anything. Like recently, we did a 3-part Rumi series, you could say, where we were just discussing quotes and ideas that Rumi shared. And then, so far we have done around 150 sessions, and it's still going on. So we are the facilitators, and the wonderful thing is both Graham and Shaima, I met them during the empathy facilitator training, like that Edwin had organized early on. And so some of us, we got together and we kept it going. So I just wanted to share a few thoughts on what has really stood out for me personally in terms of, the whole practice and having facilitated like these circles for the last 3 years. The first thing is I was really surprised by the regular participation that we saw, because I would never have thought that, it would go on for 3 years. It was supposed to be something very short, maybe for a few months around COVID, and then everyone goes back to their own lives. But people kept coming week after week, and that was quite stunning, a revelation for me. So the regular participation, in fact, we right now have participants even after 3 years who come regularly every week, right from the beginning, of the whole circles. And I think empathy circles, at least from my experience, have seen it have significant therapeutic benefits, right? We live in a quite, chaotic world, and especially in India here, therapy is quite expensive, and there are a lot of people who struggle and wish they could have safe spaces where they can have just be listened to and connect with other people. And that's something that empathy circles definitely provide. So the significant therapeutic benefits, peer learning. I can vouch for the fact that everyone in the group who regularly come will say that they've grown immensely over the last 3 years because of all the learning. Like it's especially peer learning. We learn so much from other people's experiences and sharing. And I've personally grown so much wiser, I would say, because of the empathy circles that we've been doing, and very strong friendships. We've had situations where people just travel. They, members from the group connect with each other when they are, in each other's cities. They hold meetups, they send me selfies, and we even have a small WhatsApp group for the regulars who kind of share. And by now it's more like we're family, right? And this is a space that everybody looks forward to just like coming back to every week. And collaborative project work here. I just wanted to mention something that one of our participants, like Arindam, he's from Kolkata in India, and we got together once when I visited Kolkata. I met him, and then we submitted an abstract to TESOL, which is a huge conference for English, language speakers and teachers. So. In fact, our abstract was around, empathy circles and how we could use the empathy circle process as a peer support mechanism for teachers, right? And it got accepted. So and it got accepted, and we've been invited to the conference in March in the US. We may or may not go because there's a lot of other stuff involved, but it's still a huge win, I would say, because it gives something like Empathy Circles a global platform. And at a huge conference which is attended by thousands and thousands of people. And then also effective handling of disagreements. I put it there because we've had situations where people in the group, we have disagreements with each other, we have problems with each other, but we still come back, right? And I think the structure of the empathy circle is such, I would say it really provides a sort of safety, and it just holds us in these difficult times. And so we've had a lot of difficult conversations happen through the process. And so that is testament to how powerful the circle is. And there are a few things we've tried to experiment with the structure. Like one of the things that we've started doing is we regularly have a centering practice at the beginning, right? And it goes for anywhere between 3 to 5 minutes, just to ground all the participants who come back, just to remind them about, how sacred a space this is and stuff like that. And then we also tried after a point breaking the structure, because they were so what we've been trying to do is really listen to the participants, what they want, even topics. Sometimes we introduce topics which probably support them, because we know everybody by now really well. We all share everything that's happening in our lives. And so if someone's going through a work struggle, let's say, so we introduce a topic which really speaks to that, so that they also get some benefit out of the circle. So we do the structure, but maybe 3/4 of the time, once we've done 3/4 of the time in the breakout room, we sometimes break the structure and have a free-flowing format of conversation on the topic. That's something we've been experimenting, and it's going really well. Flexible timing, again, I put it there because, sometimes people, we sense that someone in the breakout room is really, having an emotionally difficult time, and then we try to give them more space and more time. So it's basically just reading the room and trying to respect someone else who needs probably more time. So we're not too strict on the time there. So these are some things I've been experimenting with, and I thought it'll be wonderful to share it with you. And I wanted to end with this, and this is just an idea that I've had, something that I'm speaking to a lot of people within my small state, which is, Kerala, which is in the south of India. It's immensely powerful what Edwin clearly showed us how it all began, and the process is immensely powerful. And so this is something I may have shared this with you, Edwin, at some point, but I thought to make this work, like he said, this needs to be a global movement, and for that we need everybody collaboratively working for it. And so this is just building a hub and spoke model, or a tiered representative model, I think will be wonderful, because I think this is the best way to kind of take it. I've seen so many other organizations do this, and I think why not the Empathy Circle? It's so powerful. So something like now that we have
Rasha, 1 minute, Rasha. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. I have a timer here. I'm guessing everybody saw it. So yeah. This is the last slide. So the hub and spoke model, and so where we have the empathy center now at the top, and then maybe having country level spokes, and under them maybe state level representatives who then kind of have build hubs which are university specific or school specific, local level specific, and so I think that is one way to kind of just trickle this down to the very grassroots, and it could be a global movement, and so I'm mentioning this so that collectively, maybe if everyone's interested, we can together maybe work on something like this. So I just wanted to put this there. And yeah, and so as my time comes to an end, I just want to say gratitude, Edwin. Thank you so much. We love you so much for having, built this. Leadavai, I'm thinking so fondly of her. I wish she was here. Very grateful to her, and to Lou, Bill, all the others here. So just wanted to mention that as well. Thank you.